If you're watching this video, I shouldn't have to explain to you who Glitch Productions is at this point. Basically, the indie animation studio with the most motion and overall mainstream attention right now. And to be honest, they deserve it. These guys are basically the animation industry equivalent to Valve. So when they announced the Nintendo style presentation for their shows this past week, you could imagine how excited people were, including me. That being said though, did it actually live up to expectations? Let's talk about it. Welcome back to another Quick Joint, series where a video is too long to be YouTube short, but too short to be a full-length video. Anyway, let's actually talk about the direct now. First thing we got was a sneak peek of Digital Circus episode 7, which from the looks of it is a tongue-in-cheek beach episode that leaves the viewer with a glaringly obvious question. Where the f is Jax? We get a pretty funny joke where Gangle is about to smash a watermelon, but Zubul draws Jax's face with a marker onto that watermelon before Gangle smashes it. But we only see the real Jax in a wide shot far in the distance. Spoiler for episode 6 coming up, so skip to here I guess if you don't want to see that. But in said episode, Jax was on the brink of abstraction after revealing his true colors to Pomni and showing just how deep his narcissistic behavior can actually go. Even alluding to possibly abusing Kaufmo, which I'm still trying to wrap my head around because what the f is wrong with this nigga, bro? But yeah, I think it was very interesting how he was barely shown in this trailer. It's hard for me to believe that wasn't intentional. Anyway, we get an episode 7 release date, which is set for December 12th of this year, which giving us a 2-month wait makes sense since releasing this episode too soon could overshadow Glitch's newest show, Knights of Guinevere. But we also got an announcement for episode 8's release date, which is March of 2026. 5 months sounds like a long time from now, but I guarantee most of us will practically blink and be in March. One thing I really want to applaud Glitch for is being very transparent about why the most recent Digital Circus episodes haven't been released on Netflix yet. There's a lot of speculation within the community that the last 2 episodes hadn't been released there yet because of censorship issues behind the scenes, since episodes 5 and 6 have a lot more swearing and violence than the first 4 did. But Glitch pretty much killed that theory / rumor within this direct by stating that episodes 5 to 7 will be batch released on Netflix the day episode 7 premieres in March. And that the reason it was taking so long is because they heard that the Netflix audience prefers to watch things in batches. And since Digital Circus has a longer wait in between episodes than traditionally produced cartoons, that decision makes a lot of sense. So props to Kevin and Luke for clearing up any confusion about that. Moving on to Knights of Guinevere, not too much was revealed about the show, which is to be expected because the series literally just came out 3 weeks ago. It was mainly just a thank you message from Dana Terrace, one of the lead creators of the show, as well as Kevin and Luke encouraging people to buy merch for the series in order to fund the full season. And I mean, we've seen the view count on the pilot at this point. That shit is definitely happening, no doubt. I adored this pilot and it's been nice to see the amount of theorizing that's been happening about it online. I wanted to do my own analysis video on it, but I just couldn't find enough to say for me personally to warrant making a full video about it, so I'll just link one that I really enjoy personally that I've watched recently in the description. Moving on, a new Murder Drones music video was announced, releasing on the 17th of this month. Me personally, I'm not really a huge fan of the series. I don't think it's bad, it's just not my taste, but I know how much that fan base has been begging for new stuff since the show ended last year, so the fact that they're getting this on top of a new graphic novel makes me very happy for that fan base, even if it's a show that doesn't necessarily appeal to me personally. Now on to the next show. Gaslight District doesn't currently have any strict release dates in place for new episodes, but we did get some hints to what we can expect story-wise going forward. Also, mild spoilers for the show during these timestamps. Apparently, the plot lines for future episodes are Ken being cursed by a monkey's paw, Redhead will accidentally leave a trail that gets him hunted down, something that I believe was hinted towards in the pilot. I might be wrong on that though, it has been 6 months since that shit came out. I also appreciate Kevin and Luke being transparent during this section about there not being any release dates for upcoming episodes at the moment, since they are prioritizing finishing Digital Circus, which makes sense because not only is it their biggest moneymaker by far, but it also only has 3 episodes of its run left before it's done for good. So yeah, it makes sense to get that out of the way first. Plus, on top of that, they also mentioned how complex and specific the pipeline for Gaslight District is as another reason why it needs extra time. So what we can infer from this is that the show will be taking its sweet time going forward for both creative and financial incentives. At least that's what I got from it. So yeah, kudos to them for being crystal clear about all this. And now on to the most mind-blowing announcement of this entire fucking direct. The Lackadaisy partnership. My God, bro. The way my mouth was agape as soon as I saw a cat on screen singing old-timey tunes, like I immediately knew what time it was, my G. I'm a grown-ass man, but the nigga almost cried, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really grow up with the original webcomic like a lot of people, but I was a really avid enjoyer of the show's pilot, which came out almost 3 years ago already, which is ridiculous. Like, before I had seen any of Glitch's shows, before I had even seen anything from Spindle Horse, it was love at first sight with this pilot. Just seeing this trailer makes me want to go back and watch the pilot for a third or fourth time. We making it out of the speakeasy with this one, bro. I'm telling you, I was over the moon for this announcement. For those that don't know, Lackadaisy had an insanely successful Kickstarter for a full season 2 years ago. But outside of a few shorts here and there hasn't really been much released from the show since. Despite the series completely surpassing its initial funding goal, just because of the amount of work and money it takes to make a hand-drawn show and how quickly those funds can be used up, as well as the amount of work it takes to retain the show's very specific, rough but clean animation style, which has scratch outlines that, from what I remember, have to be specifically drawn in after the final animation in order to retain said style. All of these different aspects combined make it to where, even with the backing of the huge fan base from a relatively niche but established IP, making an indie series in this way is very, very hard and time consuming. But considering the amount of resources Glitch Productions has, along with the fact that they already have a good relationship with the Lackadaisy team, since the show has gotten shoutouts in Glitch presentations in the past, them actually helping with the production of the series itself makes so much sense, and I'm extremely happy for every single hand and voice that contributes to that show, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for them. On top of this initial announcement, it's been revealed that an entirely new division of Glitch, dedicated to funding outside projects like Lackadaisy, has been created, aptly titled Glitch Presents, and the already pre-existing part of the company that caters to their own original works will now be referred to as Glitch Originals. I doubt I'm the only one, but low-key, I was more excited for this announcement than anything related to their own IP. Mostly because those announcements were already expected anyway, but this shit right here, my nigga, Lackadaisy, Glitch Presents, did not see that coming, bro. This was a great showcase, man. Even if everything shown wasn't necessarily a showstopper, the amount of transparency from Kevin and Luke about how things are being handled behind the scenes is honestly such a breath of fresh air within the animation industry, where things like what projects are being prioritized, why things are taking longer than usual, are mostly kept under wraps or are given very vague explanations, something that these two thankfully completely avoided. And to see one of my favorite non-Glitch indie projects get a moment to shine after so much hard work from that show's team really meant a lot to me, and will be the main thing I'll always remember from this event over anything else. It's just crazy to me that an indie animation studio had a better direct than the gaming company that popularized the direct format in the first place. Glitch shows how much they love their fans, while Nintendo was charging $70 for games that came out when I was learning how to count to 10. But all jokes aside, I hope y'all enjoyed this direct as much as I did. Check out the playlist on your screen right now for more videos like these. Follow me on IG for the quickest video updates, and consider donating to my Patreon if you want to see these videos early, which are both linked in the description. This has been a Quick Joint, and until next time, I'm out this mode.